he was still swinging his axe.
Well, yeah, who knows what job he had there, but yeah.
But a
It must have
very,
been nice.
so does Griff know that our Uncle Jackie and our Auntie Mary and Margaret, who were really our second cousins once removed, I think.
Right, yeah.
See, but called them Uncle Jackie and Auntie Margaret, that they wrote, Jackie built a beautiful postal chest that was about, well, it was taller than Dad's. It was about 6.5 feet tall, with a lot of slim, long drawers. I was introduced to this when I went up for his funeral. Did you go up to his funeral in Shannon? Maybe you weren't looking around like that in that little living room where the cat girls and I were singing. Anyway, Nancy who was really, she took care of Jackie during his last days. She starts opening the drawer. She goes, did you realize that Uncle Jackie and Auntie Margaret wrote poetry and literature all their lives? It's all in these drawers. And they know, Auntie Margaret, throughout her life, took classes at an extension community college at McGill.
Yeah.
She was so loved literature.
McGill.
Prose.
Good college, McGill.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And she got her degree there.
But
And
they lived together their whole lives,
their
right?
whole lives.
And they never.
Like the Shakers or something.
Yeah,
You know?
you never know
Was
about any
never-
romantic entanglements or.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And you know why, George? They had a property that was over 1,000 acres when Jackie was a little boy, before his father got tuberculosis and died. His father died when he was 14. And he had those 3 sisters, Rose and Anne and Margaret. And he pretty much went to the priest and said, I can't, the farm, they had lost, but partly what Jackie thought killed his dad. Jackie and I had a couple of conversations with me as an adult, because I went up there with Jake, because I wanted Jake to know when Jake was 11 and I got a little windfall. But anyway, he said to me, he wanted me to realize that there had been a huge Griffin property, but that the French army decided to, taking of the land. But the both of them, these whispery, almost Irish little tinge to that. He would tell the story and Margaret would be going, the Troubles. See, in Ireland, the Troubles are the IRA, Belfast, the bombs.
Right.
Here it was taking their land.
Yeah.
But he got left with about 180 acres, I believe. He said it was enough for a herd. Not the herds, they'd been, they had a dairy
1,000
farm.
acres is a huge amount of land, yeah.
Well, not if you have dairy, like cattle. That's why there's big spreads around here.
Yeah.
Not if you're trying not to cut bales and feed them in a barn. If you're just want them to graze, you got a lot of land. You got to have a lot of land.
Yeah.
He said we lost that land. We couldn't have the herds we had. So he said he had a size herd he could manage on his own, and he went to the priest and told him, I'm going to need some help with my sisters. And they went in an orphanage. And he had to pay gifts, send them money. But then he was so glad when they got out, when they were teenagers, like juniors in high school, came back and lived at the farm with him. And he was so thrilled when Anne and
Rose
Rose
got married.
met men young and married. And Charlie was a very good husband except for the hard drinking. Charlie spent every weekend in that room behind those glass doors. He'd come home from work. Rose told me this when I went back.
Their house glass doors.
He'd come and give her his pay envelope.
Yeah.
She'd hand him a 10 to go have his drinks. She said one day, she explained to me, because I was there on a Saturday, and she was like, oh, very quiet. Is he sick? She says, oh no, Gary, go outside. She said, Charlie's a wonderful man, a fine man, but he needs to drink hard every Friday night on payday. And then he's miserable if he has to be around all the time.
Too bad he didn't have some good reefers.
You think about it,
But he didn't beat his wife or children. That's a
and he always brought his pay home.
Yeah, that's good.
And he didn't come home
Instead of
drunk and
drinking it up.
disruptive. He'd be like,
I'm gonna lock my. Oh, those Irish.
Now, did you ever jam in New Orleans much? You lived in New Orleans a little bit?
I was invited. Now, see, that's another place. I was
Yeah.
invited by the owner to play on Bourbon Street.
Okay.
I met him on the boat coming over in
Nantucket boat?
12. It was when I was 2012. Yeah, coming over on the boat. He had been there visiting, and I was playing for people. And he comes up to me, and goes, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Well, I'm headed out."